In this episode,
Your hot dog stand is going to, it's going to be the best thing that happened to Shot is going to be the Excess Site hot dog stand.
Hot dog stand. We'll all have little hats and everything.
There you go.
Will you guys work a shift, if I ask?
Oh, please,
Oh,
yes.
you know what?
Yes, no. Hefe can go do whatever he wants. I will happily work.
We could just like record from the hot dog stand.
We could.
Yeah, go
Record
live. The Excess
live
hot
with the
dog
hot
stand.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious. Do a freaking podcast where we're handing out glizzies
There you go.
and talking to people and spreading the word of
The good word about
nuts.
the tube meat.
in an obtuse world, Mark and Jefe will combine military, law enforcement, and general FUD knowledge to keep you vertical. Welcome to the Live, Laugh, LARP podcast.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Thanks for joining us on another edition of the Live, Laugh, LARP podcast. We surely do appreciate you guys taking the time each and every time we put out an episode. We see our analytics rising because of you guys, and we surely do appreciate it.
I don't.
Naturally,
He keeps us hidden for me.
you know, you never ask for the login information. You could easily download the app.
Anyways,
Jefe, how you doing?
captured again by cheap beer and cheap conversations on a cheap couch.
The couch is not cheap. It's not.
Come on, come on.
Well, it's cheap to me.
It probably
because
it probably was very expensive about 8 years ago.
5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you have 4 animals, so that's probably.
Yeah, we have 5 animals. You're really bad at this math thing.
Hey, that's why I became a cop, man. I know math's so good.
But with that being said, thank you guys for joining us. If you don't know, if this is your first time and you just so happen to bump into us like on YouTube
sorry.
or something like that, yeah, we do apologize in advance. But did you know that we are on a whole bunch of different platforms to include Spotify,
Master Race.
There you go. I don't listen to Spotify. I prefer Apple Podcasts. That's
What a shill.
well, you know, I've got an Apple phone. It just makes it all easy. It just, hey Siri, pull up whatever. And
Oh, you let Siri in your house? Man, 2 strikes.
Dude,
Jesus.
I will tell you that
It just turned on too.
It just turned on too. I will tell you that last episode when you made the comment about Last Starfighter,
Yeah.
I now have Last Starfighter shorts in my YouTube.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I mean,
great video. Great movie.
I grew up on that movie. I enjoyed that movie, but that's one thing I really, really hate about technology. But let's digress just a little bit. We're on a number of different platforms to include the Firearm Freedom Radio or Firearm Freedom
Network.
Yeah, it's one of those two. I get them all mixed up. You know where I'm talking about. We're on PodMe. I don't even know that. That's a weird one, but and then YouTube, if you guys prefer listening to YouTube, if you get it up on your computer at work or whatever the case may be, you can listen to us there.
Don't go on your work computer and listen to us.
Well, depends on what kind of work you do.
That's fair.
Yeah. So naturally, we have to take a moment to say a huge thank you to our title sponsor, and that is XS Sights. They are the premier sighting solution for iron sights on Glocks, on revolvers.
Yep.
Yep.
So like one of the few people that actually make
I
revolver
knew it.
sights.
Yep. They've got them for a whole bunch of different stuff to include AR-15s, AK-47s. They've got lever gun stuff. They've got MP5 sights. And I think this episode is going to kind of clue you in on a little bit more background when it comes to them, because we do have our good buddy, Mr. King from XS Sights. How you doing, sir?
Doing great, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you guys.
No. Thank you. Believe me. Thank you. We obviously this may sound shillish, right? But from the bottom of our hearts, we certainly do appreciate you supporting the podcast. You don't know how much your contributions to this podcast has helped quite a bit, and has allowed us to do some things that we really struggled on in the beginning. And we just have to say a huge thank you for that.
Yeah, man, too easy. We like working with good people, and it's kind of what we were founded on is doing good business relationships. Everything needs to be a win-win. So I see this as a win-win. You guys get to spread the good word for us, and then you guys get to continue doing what you guys love. So
Yeah.
no, I appreciate you guys, and from our side, too easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before we get too further, who are you and what do you do?
Yeah, so I am Jeffrey King. I'm the marketing manager for Excess Sites. I started there in, almost 2 years now. So been there for a while. Do a little bit of everything. I'm more on the kind of like branding partnership side. Ergo de facto, I get to work with you fine gentlemen and a lot of other awesome people in the industry. And then, yeah, man. So Excess Sites, you guys say it every episode or most episodes. We make iron sights, and not just iron sights, as our name implies. We do a lot of other stuff as well.
Yeah, and from my background, I ended up learning about you guys first and foremost way back. Man, I want to say it was probably 2017, from James Yeager
Dude,
and
yeah.
Tactical Response, and he was a big advocate for the excess big dot sites. So once I started to understand what it is, um, the first Glock that I had was a Glock 26. Those things got swapped out for excess big dot sights just because James Yeager said, and then once I got them in, I was like, oh, I totally get it now, so
It's a learning curve, and I mean, James did a great job of all you need is a Glock and big dots, and you're set for any gunfight. And he was
Yeah.
a great individual. Love those guys at Tactical Response. Big shout out to those guys.
Yeah, for sure. So take some time for us to kind of explain, where excess sites came from, and realistically, for a lot of people who may not know, why the big dot.
Yeah, so jumping all the way back, we were founded in 1996, and the theory behind it was they wanted to come to market with what you said, the big dot sights. But there was an older theory behind the sights, and they weren't adapted to handguns just quite yet, and that's what XS wanted to do. So the theory and sighting system that they were talking about is the Express Sight System. That's kind of what our name used to be, is actually Express Sights. But it was founded on African game hunting rifles.
Mhm.
So, I mean, if somebody's on a safari and you have an elephant or a lion or what have you in Africa coming down on you, you want to be able to get on your rifle fast and put a round down range.
Yep.
So our owner, Ed Pastusik, it's a family-owned business, but Ed Pastusik was the founder, and he's our late founder. Now it's ran by his kids. But he saw an opening in the market to kind of apply that to a modern self-defense handgun. So that's what he came to market with. It was a huge hit, like you said. But as the market shifts, so does product lines. So since 1996, we were rocking out the iron sights, aftermarket sights. Everybody loved us. Tritium was a really cool technology. Of course, it was used in watches and compasses and what have you for military purposes, but throwing it into a sight was kind of revolutionary at the time, especially handgun sights.
Mhm.
As a lot of people are aware, or I guess not aware, 70% of self-defense scenarios happen at a low light kind of capacity. So to be able to jump on your gun, have an indexing point, whether that be a sight, a red dot, or whatnot, is huge. So that's what we wanted to do, is give people kind of that split second to recognize where they're putting that round down range before they just start throwing lead.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, product line shift, so does the market. Everybody knows that. So we started coming to market with lever gun accessories. We do rails. We do some of the OEM rails for Smith & Wesson on their 1854 and what have you there. And then like you say, AK sights, AR sights, we do a lot of stuff with HK. So that's where a lot of the MP5 sights and the clones came for that. We also do stuff for the M1As, a handful selected of the big kind of caliber duty rifles, and a little bit of everything. We just recently got into optic plates. That way it lets us control the height. I mean, man, like we're just trying to recognize where the market's going. That way we can kind of modernize. And that's something that, like you said, a lot of people recognize XS sights from 2017, kind of those later eras in the 2010s. And that's in part thanks to guys like James Yeager and guys like you that are spreading the good message of XS sights. But the market is shifting. We're aware of that to more of the electronic optics side. And we're just trying to kind of figure out where we can fit in and where that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. One of the things that I have noticed here in the market, especially when it comes to the collaboration between a red dot ready or optics ready pistol and the sighting system that they are including with it as far as iron sights go, is that we're starting to see more of a I guess a blend or a mix of different heights of sights, whether you have just your standard height sight, then you have obviously your suppressor height sights as well. But we've also started to see a little bit more of an in between to give you that really low 1/3 co-witness with a quote unquote optic height iron sight. Is that something that XS is going to kind of expand their product line a little bit more to include, or how do you guys view that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've recently gone back and we've kind of updated our website and a lot of our product lines that we kind of know that the guns are now coming cut or optics ready, or people are cutting them aftermarket, and we're starting to or offer a lot more of that in between kind of that sight picture. We actually just launched. So we did the the OEM sights for the HKCC9. But for some reason, whenever we were working with them, they decided to go standard height. So on the gun itself, even though it's an optic ready gun, the sights don't clear the optic. So we recently just launched optic ready sights for those, and we have them for Glock, Walders, HKs, you name it, we probably got it.
That's outstanding. One question I do have is where's that transition for XS to decide we're going to offer a sight for this style of pistol? Is there a market trend that you see that, okay, these optics or these pistols are becoming more and more popular, and so we need to start developing our own sight for it? Or how does that work for you guys?
Yeah, and this kind of goes into the credence of the entire team that's put this company together since 1996. We have an average employee retention rate of 5+ years. So once you join Team XS, you're on it. They're a great company to work for. And the reason I say that is the connections that everybody builds is next to none. So whenever we look at making a new product or offering a different type of variant, pretty much what we do is we do a lot of product research, see if it's something that is going to be relevant. We also don't want to we see a lot of competitors do this, and I'm not going to call out any names, but a lot of people come out with flash in the pan kind of stuff, like a weird super high or a weird super low sight for a very specific optic and a very specific gun that is probably only selling maybe 100 to 200 units. Well, that does have its time and place. That's not something that's going to be scalable. Like you guys were talking about it in the last episode, like the supply chain, and whenever you guys start talking about projecting revenue and projecting demand, stuff like that, you just can't do to be a successful business. So whenever you look at kind of where you want to go for a new product, we reach out to a lot of our industry contacts. We also have a bunch of analytics on our website. So for some reason, for example, let's say that we're seeing a bunch of guns or a bunch of people buying sights for the HKCC9. They're buying a bunch of suppressor heights. And this kind of goes into why we launched the optics heights. We reached out to the product managers and reached out to all of our industry contacts, as well as looking at the analytics on our website. It's like, oh, okay, I wonder why they're buying suppressor height. Well, that's because the standard height sights don't reach over the optic. So would individual, are they actually running a suppressor on a CC9? Probably not. So that would just make sense to start offering the optic size sights. So it's kind of like a little mix between actually analytically backing it up and just kind of general industry knowledge.
Yep, for sure.
Are you guys just gonna start rebranding like suppressor height sights, optic height sights now? Is that are they very similar height sights or like two different products?
So it is two different products. It's kind of in the middle. A lot of ours, we try to get as low as co-witness as possible. So some of them, again, not to name names or anything, but a lot of them are kind of rebranded after we purchased them and just kind of looked at them side by side. But we're truly making them a little bit shorter than the standard suppressor height sights. Because sometimes whenever you're running suppressor height sights, the diameter of the suppressors sometimes get crazy big. So you got to get up in that window. So it's almost giving an absolute co-witness.
Yeah.
And in terms of like gunfighting, that's not a great idea if your sights are overlapping with your red dot.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Oh man, where was I getting? Oh, when it comes to that height for an optics height sight, obviously there are tons of different red dots out on the market today.
Yeah.
What base are you guys most concerned about looking? Is there a certain are you looking? Okay, the base height of an RMR is I don't know, 7/16 of an inch or whatever. We need to make sure our heights are above that, or are you just trying to take a conglomerate of the more popular red dots to find out what the base of their red dots are to kind of find a middle ground?
Yeah, so it's finding a middle ground, and this is kind of something that we have ran into and talking with our optics manufacturer friends and people who are diving into the red dots world. That's also kind of why we decided to launch optic plates. Whenever you're trying to figure out what co-witness you need, I mean, you got to do a math problem to figure out, okay, my plate thickness is this, which means my optic is going to rise an extra thousandths or a couple thousandths of an inch. That means my optic height sights aren't actually going to get into my optic window because of the plate I'm running or because of the cut that I have. I'm running an RMRSC or any of those. So it's really kind of looking at, we use a lot of the data from the scope data, the NSSF data. They kind of send you kind of what red dots are selling the best. And we use that to kind of deduce, okay, we need to come out and make sure that we're in the middle ground between these four optics for this gun. And obviously some guns can't run certain optics or they're come cut with different guns, come cut with different optics. So they're having to take into account the different plates and everything like that. But yeah, man, I mean, it's definitely a math problem. And I've gone into the engineer's office more than a few times and seen them shaking their heads at a new optic coming out and somebody asking about it or a new type of cut.
Yeah. And the reason why I bring that up is because we're starting to see more and more companies from China, basically, who are just these upstart companies that they'll produce a red dot, they'll throw it out there for really, really cheap, and then they just vanish, and then another one pops up. It's probably the same people. They just keep on rebranding for whatever reason, and they'll clone a red dot and put it out, and it's not necessarily 100% clone, but it's close enough. People seem to like it. It's at a good budget price for a lot of people, and then that just kind of throws a curveball into your guys's, I guess, process of developing these.
Yeah, man, big time. And kind of touching on that, and that's nothing sight related, but I feel like it was kind of the similar things with ARs. It seemed like a couple of years ago, maybe it was a couple SHOT Shows ago, everybody and their brother had an AR company out of their garage. They would like fill the basement full of SHOT Show with all of these AR companies. And then some stuff in the economy kind of started declining, and you started seeing those go to the wayside. I think we're kind of starting to see that with optics companies. I mean, a lot of these guys, it's cool to be in the gun industry, right? It's a hobby industry. Everybody likes guns. Well, if you like guns, you want to be in it a lot of the time. So I feel like a lot of these guys are like you said, they're kind of just maybe drop shipping, starting a brand, being like, oh, this will be cool. And then, I mean, the demand might not be there, especially if you're producing subpar optics.
For sure. And that was actually something that I looked into doing back, I want to say, would have been 2018
You're talking
into
about your Tomahawk
2018.
thing?
No. Back in 2018, 2019, I went to SHOT Show, and on the Uber ride to the airport on my way home, I was talking to the driver, and he was asking me, what do I do? Why was I out in Vegas? And, I'm just giving him those real generalized, oh, I'm here for a convention,
Yeah.
The was it the
AVN? No.
I'm here for the AVN.
World of Concrete's my go-to.
Yeah, right. And so I asked him, I was like, do you do Uber full time? And he's like, no, it's just a hobby. It's something to keep me busy. My full-time job is I'm a drop shipper for Amazon. And I was like, what does that mean? He's like, oh, well, I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but essentially he buys kitchen cutting boards from China, and then has set up a company here in the United States to sell them through Amazon. And I was like, huh, that's interesting. And I was like, that makes you good money? And he's like, I'm comfortable. I was like, okay, well, he's like, yeah, man, it's the easiest thing in the world. You should check into it if there's something that, you're interested in getting involved in or something like that. So I actually started looking into setting up a red dot or a optics company that would essentially bring in the clones of the Aimpoint T1s or the RMRs. And I invested just a tiny bit of money into it just to get some samples in, and the samples were not going to be good. They weren't daylight bright or anything like that. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to get into this. I'm not going to put my name to something that is going to be laughed at, So, I mean, to be honest with you, it wasn't even airsoft quality. So, unfortunately,
did you also try that with tomahawks too?
Yeah. Okay. We can.
You're like 0 for 2 on.
I am
your
0 for 2. Yeah. So, but
jump to your guys' last conversation. That's that Chinese manufacturing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this was a Pakistani guy, wasn't it?
Well, that one. Yeah, this one was Pakistani. But I mean, it was
the tomahawks. Not
the tomahawk. Yeah. Those tomahawks were pretty good clones of the Winklers. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, very
good
cool.
clones. So, but I was right on that cusp of getting involved into that, and I was like, I don't want to risk $1,500 right now when I don't even know if I'm going to be employed in a few months. So I should hold that money.
Well, yeah, I mean, in the firearm industry, no matter what sector you're in, whether it be optics, sights, guns, whatever, man, it is so competitive. And if you don't have a decent marketing budget or a decent product to put behind and back it up, there's 100% fail rate, in my opinion. That is just something that's not going to be able to work, especially in today's world where people are tightening their budgets. I mean, if they are going to buy something, in my opinion, it's going to be something that has a good name to it and is a product that's going to stand up to what they need.
Yeah, and again, that's one of the things that I wanted to ensure is that my thought process was if I could generate a little bit of capital with these, with a good budget option, then I could just expand from there. I can improve the quality, I know that Hollow Sun was probably laughed at, 7-8 years ago, but now they're one of the go-tos for a lot of people. So
thermal mounted pistol optic. I mean, that's still pretty cool, whether it works or not.
Yeah. Do you guys have plates for that yet, or
okay. Neither confirm nor deny anything?
You have thermal height sights.
Yeah, there we go. So thermal is actually, and you guys are getting me down a rabbit hole. Now, this is one of my special interests. Thermal doesn't work great with tritium because it doesn't really have a heat signature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to use actual uranium on your front sights for that one, or
we haven't. We may need to modify our license to import some uranium, but I think you might be able to do that.
Yeah, I know of a place in Ukraine that might be able to help you guys out.
That's awesome.
So one thing I wanted to ask, because this is kind of my question about gun sights.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of research do you guys go into about, I guess, the science behind the designs of your sites? I see, like, you have like the best way I can describe it, you have the big dots. Obviously, that's the big dot, bigger dot, bigger better. And then you have some like the V notch sites with the post on it. Like, what kind of science, what research do you guys do to build these site pictures so you come out with not only quality products that actually work and people can pick up quicker than the traditional like 3-dot sites?
Yeah, so in 1996, I forget exactly how far after 1996, but it was a while until we came out with a different site picture than the Express sites, the one that you said with the big dot, and then the rear V that you kind of just line it up like a golf ball on a tee. We call it an analog red dot. It's kind of something that James Yeager used a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever we started looking and seeing, again, like the market shifts, people have different preferences. Some stuff doesn't have to go all the way down to the science to be like, I like that. That seems like it's going to work better, and then it does. But we like to back things up. So whenever we come out with a new site picture, what we do is we draw it up, we 3D print it. We've been using 3D printing for a pretty decent time. I mean, it's recently gotten much better than some of our initial 3D printed prototypes. But we designed the site picture in-house, just in CAD, 3D print it up, see what it looks like. If it's trash, then we don't even pursue it. But if it's something that we like to go down into, kind of like the standard notch and post, we knew that was going to work. But like you were talking, Jefe, the F8's kind of like the big front sight and just the rear dot in the back. We did extensive testing both on the range and with a bunch of our partners. So we sent it out to a bunch of law enforcement guys who run their guns all the time. Sent it out to some of our military contacts that were using it in training. And they tell us like, hey, this part is super awesome, but maybe the rear is too big, or the front sight's not lining up perfectly. I'm getting my point of aim, point of impacts off by 2 inches. You guys need to change X, Y, Z. So we get it to a point externally that it seems pretty good. And then from there, once we have the actual site design down that we like, then we start working on materials and seeing like, okay, is this going to stand up to our 1,000 round test shoot? Is this going to stand up to our 5,000 round test shoot? And then go on from there. So in terms of like design process, it's a lot of going back and forth with end users to make sure that it's something that people are going to actually want and use, rather than just being like, hey, here's something that we made. You guys want to use it now.
For sure. You're talking about 3D printing. Have you guys started considering producing 3D printed sites at all, or is that just the technology is just not there yet?
Technology is not there yet in terms of like the PLA printing. We haven't messed around as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I'm aware anyway. We've not messed around with any of the metal 3D printing. So that might be something in the future that we can look into, but it's for the PLA and some of that softer kind of printing that, I mean, after 5 rounds, those things are going off. We were making a 3D printed site for the Glock COA with the Aimpoint collaboration gun. I was a victim of shooting 3 rounds and then the optic flying off and hitting me. So, the 3D prints, like, it's great for a proof of concept, but in terms of actually running it, the technology isn't there as far as the plastic printing is.
Right on. So
what's your favorite one?
Oh yeah,
that's a
good one.
Yeah, so my favorite one is definitely that F8. And for those that can't see it, it's kind of like a baby between our Express sites and our standard like notch and post that people are familiar with. Blacked out rear, because I run an RMR on my guns. That's just what I like. So it's a little bit taller than standard height. It's not quite optic height, so you're getting a super low co-witness, but it still gives you that kind of quick indexing point. If my optic were to fail, I still have that quick sight picture there. But my optic's my primary.
Yep. And that's the way it is for me too. And one of the things that I really get, I don't want to say excited about, but something that puts a smile to my face is seeing pistol companies produce or at least release a pistol to market that has a high vis front, blacked out rear sight. Because that means that if it's a good sight, that it may not necessarily be one that I have to change out, especially if it's going to be a pistol that runs a red dot on it. However, one of the things that I always end up doing is if I do get a pistol, such as one of my carry pistols is the CZ P10 series. Absolutely love those pistols. They are like a Glock, but far enough away from a Glock that I can actually shoot it pretty decently. But the problem is each and every single one of them that I have is a 3-dot sight, and I can't stand 3-dot sights. My training, my experience is equal height, equal light, put the thing on the thing and pull the thing. And I don't need to be lining up dots or anything like that. I just naturally get the post in the notch, equal height, equal light, and I'm ready to go. So one of the projects that I have for all of my P10 series of pistols is to swap all of those out for new sights. And that's unfortunate because, but I kind of understand it because I know that a lot of militaries want a 3-dot sight or law enforcement agencies want a 3-dot sight. I just don't understand the mentality as to why they think that is better than high vis front blacked out rear. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm not sure on that either. But I mean, everything that we've seen is just kind of going to what you said. The military and some of those Leo guys, they like that sight picture. And where I'm coming from is like a self-defense civilian. That's just more confusion points for my mind in a high stress scenario where you have like split seconds to make a decision. And if you have like 4 different things lighting up on your gun, which one does your eye jump to first?
Yeah.
But then that goes into why optics are so popular. You're target focused. You're not focusing on anything on top of your gun. You're focusing on the threat.
Yep. 100%. And that's one of the reasons why, training like my daughter on how to shoot is I prefer a red dot for her so that, again, and this is going back to an adage from James Yeager is you just put the thing on the thing and you pull the thing. And that has made it so easy for her to understand. And then from there you progress into, okay, now I can see that you're finding the red dot, you're doing all those things right, but you're not hitting exactly where you want it. Let's start talking about, trigger squeeze or your breathing or whatever the case may be. So that's what has made it a lot easier for me to help her understand how to improve her shooting abilities. So, but
yeah, going back to those basic fundamentals. I mean, this is the thing is like the industry might be shifting more towards optics for primaries. Irons are never going to go away, no matter what people say or whether what influencer on YouTube that wears tight pants tells you to take them off. Don't do that. The day that you take off your iron sights is the day that you're going to need them.
Yes, 100%. And that's something I've also noticed too, is you get some of these companies, and I don't even want to dive into this rabbit hole, but one of the things that I noticed with the M17, with the SIG P320 M17, you have to remove your rear sight to at least the first iterations. You removed that whole plate that had your rear sight on it just to add the red dot. Yeah. And I'm like, why would you do that?
Like you said, there's a handful of companies that are doing it and then backtracking and being like, oh crap, that's not the way that we should have went.
Yeah. So there's I can't think of the nomenclature for it, but it's the Grand Power Excalibur. It's a really cool competition pistol. But once again, and I do understand it's a competition pistol. This is not meant for carry. So, but in order for you to mount a red dot, you have to take the rear sight off. And, there are some occasions where you actually in a competition shoot or a stage, you will actually use your iron sights over a red dot depending on what you're trying to engage. Like there's a number of times if I've got something right in front of me that is no more than 3, maybe 5 yards away, I may not even be finding my red dot. It might be just finding that front sight and making sure that it's in the nebulous A zone area before I start pulling triggers, so.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like 70% happens at nighttime, and an even greater portion of those are within 5 to 7 yards.
Correct.
So the odds of you actually acquiring anything rather than just getting an index point before you have to use your gun in a self-defense scenario is very unlikely.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing is like people also like having these massive double stacks that have 17 plus. And this is another thing that James Yeager said, man, that guy was full of knowledge. The odds of you using more than 6 rounds in a gunfight is super low.
Mm-hmm.
So that goes into revolvers at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I saw someone's ears perk up. He just set his phone down as soon as you said revolvers.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to preface this. We are kind of moving away from revolvers because we've seen the shift in the market, and it's just kind of an outdated platform at this point.
Ooh, okay, well, hey, thanks for joining us on the Live Laugh podcast. Tune in next time for someone. Yeah,
Mark and I were talking before this. He's like, "Oh man, you should totally say something about revolvers."
I mean, it's a little hypocritical because you guys are supplying Lipsies with all their new stuff.
Yeah, Mark, this is what we were talking about the UJC. No, man, Excess Sights is no. I was just giving you crap. Excess Sights, we love revolvers, man. Everything that they're about. The UJC project was the UCJ, project is something super cool to work with Lipsies and VC grips on, and they're not going away. Honestly, we've seen a lot from the OEM side, and we think it's going to trickle down into the aftermarket options. Revolvers are getting a pickup.
Are we having like suppressor height sights now for?
Well, I've been seeing more people put optics on some revolvers too, so that might be something we get into.
I think I really believe this is 100% my fault that people are putting optics on revolvers, and
that's
actually,
what a narcissist would say.
Yes, but it was one of those I jokingly Velcroed zip tied an Acro P2 to like a J frame. And then I bullied a Taro for like 2 years to make a optic mount for a P2 for a J frame revolver, and then all of a sudden, last year Shield Arms came out with theirs. I just saw one today for. Remember that Leopold, like really weird red dot they had that hung off the back of the gun?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's someone that's not like I don't know if it's a mock up or something, but made a J frame mount that hooks up one of those to a J frame. And it's one of those like, what have I done? I am solely responsible for this. Now, like on a K frame, L frame, N frame, hunting revolver, that's fine. You know what? I'm gonna say here first. I don't think they belong on a J frame revolver, but
dang, okay,
yeah,
interesting,
yeah, hot take, I guess.
So you're saying that I need to get rid of my my Taurus?
The Toro?
Yeah,
you don't even. It's probably sitting in the same box.
Nope.
Are actually using it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not using it, but it's accessible. Let's put it that way.
Actually, I know where the box is for that, by the way. I found it. I have the box. I just remembered that. I was cleaning up my garage, like, oh yeah, Mark probably wants this back.
It's about a, I would say, a monthly occurrence. I will send Jefe a text and be like, you haven't by chance seen, insert whatever to this conversation, because I am probably one of the most our unorganized individuals.
Yeah, I really wish he would do an update video of his studio room, air quotes, because like if you want to talk about camera angles being flattering, holy fuck! Like there's just piles of just stuff everywhere in that room.
Yeah, it's like just underneath the camera angle to my left is probably about 10 boxes 10 rifle boxes just stacked on top of each other. And I'm just like,
I'm going to paint a picture here. So we're sitting at this, U-shaped couch, coffee table in the middle, TV. It's like it's like a family living room. Over here on my left, there's an air position upper assembly box. It probably still has the upper still in it. The box is open. There's a Keltec, the new hotness
RDB,
an RDB with all the new stuff he just got. Over here on my right, we have the Ruger Mark IV suppressor and the Coleman TAC kit with a pistol case. I have no idea. Torx screws. There's an LVPO. There's Keltec parts. He's pulling on another gun. What do we got here? A Beretta M9. No XS sights on it. How dare you?
That's a great question. That's a great question. Do you guys make any type of dovetailed Beretta?
Is that the
sights? This is Sabia.
Is the front sight molded into?
No.
Yeah, it's
dovetail.
Yeah. So no, we do have Beretta sights. I'd have to go back and double check what ones they are. They're probably big dots because we had the big dots first.
Okay.
I'm looking. Okay. We have the 92 and the 92A1.
Okay. So I have my new quote unquote competition pistol is the Beretta 92 XI Sabia, which is a single action only optics ready. It's basically a single action only version of the M9A4.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So
and that's the other thing is like people come to us all the time, be like, "Hey, we heard online that these sights will fit this gun. Is that true?" And a lot of the times we're like, possibly. It's just going to require more fitting. So we've had people in the past send us in guns and be like, "Do you guys have anything that's going to fit this?" And most of the time we can Frankenstein some sights that have a perfect point of aim, point of impact.
Right on.
A lot of companies use the exact same sight cuts than previous or whatnot. I mean, it's just more engineering if they don't use that.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, what was it? The PSA's like pump shotgun that they never probably going to release because they try to make it pump and semi at the same time. Shoots. They use Glock pistol sights, so you can get some excess sights on those things.
Yep. Yeah. Supposedly, that's supposed to be out
before or after the MP5.
No, it's late fourth quarter this year. They said so. Before the
X57.
X57, yeah.
Or the X9.
Well, those are actually two different things.
Yep. That's one's 9mm, one's a 5.7.
Well, one's a 5.7 that is based off of the Rock, and then the X9 is supposed to be like based off of the TP9, the B&T TP9.
Interesting.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So you would have known this if you would have gone to SHOT Show this year.
I would have, but I didn't. I had child.
Yeah. Oh, dude! Congratulations! I'm expecting my first kid at the end of November. So, any advice?
I have two things for you. One, savor your free time now. Like there will be like about 4 or 5 months from your first kid, you'll be looking around like, I used to do things and I don't remember what that was, but here we are. And it's one of those, you lose a lot of yourself, but you gain a lot of something else. So
got it.
And then my biggest thing is, and I don't want to get like too real here, pay attention to your wife because she's going to go through a lot of changes that you are not ready for.
Okay.
And just be patient.
Yeah. That was
it's a game of patience for anybody who's going to be new dads or is a dad. You will see a lot of changes in your wife that you did not expect, and it's going to be hard. This is probably the hardest. Like about a year after childbirth, it's going to be pretty hard because it takes about 2 years for them to get. I say them, like for your wife or spouse. No, your wife, not a spouse. Your wife to get back into herself. So it's a time of patience. It's a time of grace. So just remember that.
Yeah, my piece is patience. That you said it first, but patience is the biggest piece of it. Understanding that there's going to be a lot of mornings that you're going to need to be up at 3:30, 4 o'clock, or you're trying to put the kid down and he or she is just crying and will not stop crying, and you just want to freaking chuck this kid, you know.
Don't take the baby, right?
Yeah. Don't shake the baby. Don't shake the baby. So patience is a key, and I can tell you that with my daughter, she will be 16 here next month, almost about 3 weeks.
So he doesn't know what he's talking about anymore.
But there were a couple times I was trying to get her to go to sleep, and she was just not going to sleep. I was at my wit's end, and thank goodness her mom came into the room, was just like, let me take over. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. And then at that point, I could tell that she wasn't able to get her to go to sleep for whatever reason that night. So again, we started doing this freaking tag team, you know, every 5 minutes. I got you. Let me take over for 5 minutes, you know.
Have that conversation now and come up with a game plan now. In the trenches is not a time to like, hey, let's come up with like a tag team scenario.
Yeah.
Or like have those conversations now. It's like, hey, if you see me hurting, or if I see you hurting, if I say tag out or I got this, just walk away and come back in a couple minutes, and then we can go back and forth. But I'm noticing something in you, and you need to walk away for a few minutes.
Yep.
So
yeah, 100%. And I'm blessed to have the wife that I does. I don't know what I did in this life to deserve her, but she's the perfect teammate. And going throughout our entire relationship, we've always had that kind of communication where if something's not working for somebody, we're either calling it out or they're calling it out, and then we make the game plan and start fixing it immediately.
Yeah.
So we've started trying to figure out kind of whether we're going to do shifts, whether it's going to be kind of like okay, you're at 80%, I'm at 20, you take the majority of the day, or what we're going to do. But yeah, we've started that conversation. I've been asking everybody for their strategies. So if you want to connect offline, I'd love to hear your guys' strategies.
Well, Mike Tyson said it best. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. So just be flexible, be gracious, and be patient.
I will say this too, is if you guys don't already have your bags packed for the hospital, you need to do that immediately.
Yeah. I don't think we used a single thing from any of our bags. The only bags that actually, when my first kid was born, I think the only thing we used out of our bags was I forgot my laptop charger because I was playing video games while she was asleep, and I'd like go in there and get like a laptop charger because for some reason we packed one. So
That's funny.
Like she took her epidural. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't sleep, so I just sat there on my laptop and played video games.
Well, that's awesome. Okay,
Coriana, she was 7 weeks early. And we were not expecting.
That's fair.
Yeah, her mom was complaining about some leakage. Sorry guys, disclaimer, this may not be the most pleasant part of the podcast, but she's her mom is a very short lady. She's like 5 feet, and when she was getting later into her pregnancy, there was like no room for this kid to go anywhere. So if she would sit up to go to the kitchen or something, she'd be like, oh man, I feel like I'm getting ready to pee my pants. And then one night she sat up and she's like, oh, I just did it. I got to go to the restroom. And she went into the restroom, and it wasn't, she didn't pee her pants. She had broke her water. And yeah. And like I said, 7 weeks early, it was an emergency C-section. Coriana just was not ready to come out quite yet. So she was still breech and all that type of stuff. So, definitely think through the things that you might need for that hospital visit when the baby does come, and make sure that it's ready to go right now.
Nice. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
No, thanks for the advice. Ever since we found out in February, end of February, early March. And everybody that I talked to in the industry, I'm like, what advice? And your guys's, that was one of them, is have grace, be patient is a common theme. And then also be present. Being there and being present is two different things. And they said just to be present. That way you don't forget anything, and you're actually a good positive influence on the children's life. So
that means we're not going to see you at SHOT Show then.
I'm sorry?
That means we're not going to see you at SHOT Show then?
Oh, I will be there.
Well, that's what you say right now.
We've had the conversations. I will be there. this last weekend was my last trip, not traveling until SHOT Show, and I'm only gonna be out there for a few days, hopefully. So
yeah, because that's I think we found out about February, March. Our kid was born in mid-December.
Yeah,
and then it was our second kid, so it's like trying to it's such an interesting phenomenon. You will have your first kid, like, what happened to all my free time? There's no way I can lose anymore. And then you have a second kid, and you're like, oh, actually, there was a way I can lose more free time. I found it. Have a second one. So, but
we're also super blessed. Her parents live not too far away from them, and they're absolutely incredible. And her mom's actually planning to retire once our baby boy comes. So she was like, "Oh, we can just help out anytime that you guys need us." So we're super blessed in that sense.
Yeah,
awesome.
Well, just be prepared. You will change quite a bit as well. I remember when my son was born, I knew that automatically changed me. Things that I did, how I perceived things in life, completely changed. But then my daughter came along, and I did another somersault as well. And I will tell you from my own personal life is that when my daughter came about, I chilled out so dramatically, where I would get wrapped around the axle about something so very tiny. Next thing I know, I just look over at my daughter. And I'm like, yeah, that none of that stuff matters.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really cool just to see your own changes as a father. So that's yeah.
No, I'm excited. No, but I will see you guys at SHOT Show. That's so definitely we'll have to do something at.
Well, here's I'm gonna put Jefe on the spot. Did you talk to the wife about this yet?
We're not gonna don't put me on the spot. She had a bad day today. It's one of those like you gotta know the time and the day. She's just starting work again. Her back has been hurting a lot recently. Like, dropping I'm gonna bounce for work for a couple days to Vegas. It's never an easy sell.
Maybe not this coming year, but maybe in the future, instead of you going, I have her go.
She would absolutely hate that.
I know. And then she would see that this is actually work, and that you're not going there just to mess around,
I mean, if it's that weird, it's this catch-22, I think, that we find ourselves in, because it's like, hey, if you enjoy what you love, you never work a day in your life. But you better make it feel like but you're fucked, because now it's like, well, you're not working, you're having fun. I'm like, well, I'm doing both.
Yeah.
Because I love what I do.
Yeah.
And I have fun doing it. I get paid. So.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's Nan came with me this year, obviously. Yeah. And she was a big help, but she also did see that, it's go the entire time. And we are up at 6:00 in the morning, and it's, some nights it's midnight, 1:00, 2:00, just to start all over the next day, so, and this year in particular was a little bit more difficult because we had so much more travel time just to get to the show, because our Airbnb fell through. They canceled on us at the last minute. Like the week before they canceled on us. So then we were scrambling to find a new place. When we did, and it was a really nice house, but it was clear on the west side of Vegas. So it was like a 30-minute drive just to get in. It was $50 Uber ride every single time we wanted to go anywhere. So that really,
here I am logistically just trying to figure out how to carry hot dogs all day with me.
Well, you just put them in your back pocket.
Yeah, well, I think I have a system out that it's going to be great. And I heard a rumor here first, and I want you to confirm it here, Jeff. XS Sites will have a hot dog stand at their booth this year.
I'm going to use my previous answer. I can neither confirm nor deny
the allegations of a hot dog booth.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's not a bad idea, though. We're trying to figure out some ways to make the booth more interactive. Everybody, and then you're going to get me started on a rant, because I'm knee deep in SHOT Show planning right now.
Oh, please do.
So everybody takes SHOT Show too damn seriously. We're all just a bunch of grown men with hobbies that we've all traveled to Vegas to bond over this one hobby. I get it that guns are a very important and very serious topic. But for all the professionals that are there, it needs to be more relaxed. It needs to be more fun. So we're trying to make that in the booth. Just kind of take the pressure off. It doesn't need to be intimidating when somebody comes up to the booth, because that happens at NRA all the time. And I understand that NRA is a totally different kind of crowd.
Mhm.
But when people come up and you see that they're handling a gun or they're not super intelligent on the topics that they're asking about, they're nervous. And that doesn't mean, that's a big thing in the industry, is that we're always complaining that it's downsizing or people don't know anything that they're doing about guns or whatnot. We also have not done a great job of making it very welcoming to get into the industry.
Mhm.
So we're trying to make it a little bit more welcoming, a little bit more fun. So maybe hot dogs is actually a great idea.
Well, it's kind of like the was it the Hush Holster guys that have that banana Glock thing?
Yeah. Yep.
And they brought that to SHOT actually. What a couple like last year they from downtown they hauled a big 3D printed banana. I mean, it's like a 6-foot banana that has like a Glock rail on it, like a Glock upper on it, and to demo their suppressor holsters. So yes, hot dog. Yeah, your hot dog stand is going to. I know it's going to be the best thing that happened to SHOT is going to be the Excess Site hot dog stand.
Hot dog stand. We'll have little hats and everything.
There you go.
Will you guys work a shift if I ask?
Oh, please.
Oh,
yes.
you know what?
Yes. No. Hefe can go do whatever he wants. I will happily work.
We could just like record from the hot dog stand.
We could.
Yeah, go live. Hot dog stand.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious. Do a freaking podcast where we're handing out glizzies.
There you go.
And talking to people and spreading the word of
the good word about the tubed meat.
What?
The good word of the tubed meat.
Yes, that's true.
Huge fan of this idea. We will have cornhole. We may or may not have beer pong, depending on if SHOT Show yells at us or not. And we will have a claw machine. Those are all confirmed.
Well, actually, I do have a question about the what was the beer thing. Where does like that come from? Like I know there's like several times that you go to like these booths and from like this time to this time they have free beer and just hand it out.
Yeah.
Like,
so
what's logistics on that?
It's all a marketing ploy, right? We did something, I think it was 2 years ago, 1 year ago. 2 years ago. We did that, and the overall goal of it was we were handing out poker chips. You come to the booth, you hand in the poker chip, you get a free beer. Just you know what I mean? Cool. Excess Sites is giving away free beers. It devolved into people coming up and just grabbing beers, not having anything. So I think you just need a plan. If you're doing that, it's just going to be a free for all, and you're going to float kegs like no other. And they're astronomically expensive. But the whole logistics around that is you have to go through the convention center, and you have to purchase the keg. You have to I think you have to purchase the cups. You have to purchase pretty much everything from the convention center. You got to pay for the guy's time to sit there and pour the beers because you can't do it yourself. And then if they float it, you either got to buy another one or you're out of beer. And I think that we originally planned for 2 kegs and we ended up going through 6, I think, in like an hour.
Holy, like an hour?
Yeah, it was like an hour or 2 hours because we wanted to start towards the end of the show. I think it was either 4 or 6 within a couple hours.
That's crazy.
Because people, I mean, like you said, people are just walking through, grabbing like 3 of them, taking them back to the booth and coming back and be like, oh, or if you're walking down the aisle with beers, people are asking. We're all a bunch of degenerates in the industry. Hey, where'd you get that beer? And they're going to tell you.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That is 100% correct. Yep.
And so actually, I got a question. If we're talking about SHOT Show planning, where do you guys have like where you're going to be this year?
Yeah, so we're right across from Holosun and Car Arms.
Should be about the same.
Yeah, it's the same booth.
Do you guys just yell insults about like what's better, iron sights or red dots all day?
100%. We take turns aiming our guns at each other too.
are not loaded. Obviously, very safe.
Yeah.
I love telling this story. Like it's one of my favorite. Like, hey, I fucked up cop stories. Because it involves people friendly pointing guns at each other. There was a case we worked where there was this husband and wife, and the way they got through their marital problems was point guns at each other and yell at each other. And the SOP was, drop mags, make sure they're clear and everything, and then continue to engage in this argument. Well, one day, the best thing about SOPs is people get lackadaisical. And one day, while they were in an argument in front of all their friends and family, and everyone was aware that they did this, like this was a thing, like this is how they dealt with their problems. And then one day she was yelling at him, put her gun to her head, started yelling, and pulled the trigger, and forgot to do the clearing portion of it. And like right there, like at a family dinner. So don't point loaded guns at people, kids.
How is she doing?
She's in prison.
Oh, so she survived.
Oh, No, she put her gun to his head.
His head? How's he doing?
Oh, he's not okay.
He's not okay.
He's not okay.
Yikes.
Okay, well.
I did see someone survive getting hit in the head with a 38 special, though. That was pretty cool to see.
When was that?
A year and a half ago.
Oh, okay.
You got hit, like, domed in the head, almost point blank, by, like, an old, lead nose soft point.
Oh.
And it, like, just skirted the dome and came out the other end. Yeah. He had a headache, but that's really about it.
So it wasn't a 32 H&R.
No, it wasn't a 32 H&R. It was a 38 special.
Yep.
I think a 32 like would probably do less if it was like a lead nose.
You don't say.
Yeah. Soft point. Anyways, enough about shooting people in the heads. Let's go back to SHOT Show.
Yeah, I totally just razz Jefe on his 32 H&R.
It's gonna go away soon.
What?
Man,
funny.
I shot it for the first time whenever we were working through that Lipsies collaboration. I loved it. Man, that thing was awesome. Except because we all bought one, of course, like your sights are on it. It's pretty cool. Except for the price of the ammo. That's the only thing that I'm like, oh.
Price and the availability. Like,
correct.
So the hard thing is I can't this is like one of those heaven forbids. I was like in a shooting and didn't have spare ammo. I couldn't just go to Jim Bob's sporting good outlet and buy, self-defense 32 H&R.
Yep.
Yet. As of right now, you can't, but it's very few and far between. I even went to Cabela's in Kansas City. I was looking through their ammo selection. Some guy, an employee came up. It's like, hey, are you looking for anything special? Can I help you find something? I'm like, yeah, I'm just seeing what you got for 32 H&R Magnum. And he just looked at me like I just had the biggest flaccid dick come out of my head. And he goes, what, you mean 38 special? Is it for like a revolver? I'm like, no, I mean 32 H&R Magnum. That's why I said 32 H&R Magnum. It's that Ron Swanson meme. Like, I know more than you. Go away.
Right. So,
do you guys? And you also did a 940 project with Smith and Wesson. Smith and Wesson. Is it? Sorry, 640s. The new 640s that just came out.
I believe so. I'd have to double back and check on that one. I wasn't as involved in that project.
Gotcha. Okay. What can we talk about some of the projects you are currently involved in that we can?
I think not really, because a lot of those are super NDA. I mean, a lot of people have some really cool shit coming out, and it all goes back into credence of like what we were talking about. Without divulging too much information, it all goes in credence of iron sights aren't going away. They're just going to become a secondary kind of sighting system.
So here's my favorite new hot take that I've started playing around with. I still think iron sights are superior for the everyday self-defense, like oriented, like person that carries a gun for oriented for self-defense. I'm seeing more red dots for an offensive use / competition / training is a good way to describe it too. But I've seen a lot. And this is just my tirades and what things I'm observing. Is that when you start adding a red dot to a gun, they come not a lot more difficult to carry, but just adds another challenge to it that doesn't necessarily need to be there for the kind of shooting that people are allegedly preparing for. So
correct. I mean, if your mindset is defensive in nature, red dots don't make any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I forget. Dickens was his name. We're sponsoring a Dickens drill. The guy that put down the active
Charles
shooter
Dickens.
from like 50 yards.
Elijah.
Yeah, Elijah Dickens put down the shooter from 50 yards with wonky iron sights in a mall. Like, that is an anomaly in terms of like statistically zero if we're talking about self-defense shootings.
Yes.
It put
and
8 out of 10 rounds on target.
Correct. And that guy's still shooting with broken plastic Glock sights, not even a red dot. So when people start saying you need a red dot on a defensive gun, that's just blatantly false.
No, it's 100% false, and anybody tells you otherwise this is my so I can say this with like pure impunity, because outside of you being our title sponsors, so this is actually goes in your favor. A lot of I feel like a lot of companies come up with stuff like hokey shit to sell people, and then make it make it like almost the marketing as a mandatory thing. You have to have this or you'll be killed in the streets, and people latch onto it really, really quickly to the point where you have the imitators, copycats, the like products, and eventually you have this entire ecosystem next to this product that, yes, it's a good thing to have. It's not a necessary thing to have. The other one I want to, and this is going to be like a controversial thing, I think a pistol mounted light is on par with that sort of thing. A handheld light in a defensive shooting is going to do you more better than a weapon mounted light. But we don't talk about weapon mounted, or we talk about
calling
like,
you Ken Hackathorn.
we don't have, because maybe he's done some of this stuff, and
I don't know. He's also the same dude that said no one can pass the FBI qualification tables with a red dot, and was immediately proven wrong. So
yeah,
but
I'm on the same. I like your hot take on the weapon mounted lights. I do like that.
They're a nicety to have. They're not a necessity. I think a pocket mount, like a good handheld flashlight, would do you a lot more better, much more
100%,
better.
100%. And well, that goes into, people ask us all the time, well, if it's pitch black, how am I supposed to see my target? If I can see my sights, how am I supposed to see my target? I'm like, you're not supposed to be using your gun in pitch black. You don't know what it is, period. So that goes to 100% what you're saying. I mean, if you had a nice handheld light, somewhat identify what is the quote unquote threat that you believe, and then start going through your kind of use of force continuum.
Here's the I always let people like, once it's like bumping that, I grab my gun and I'm going to go search for a threat in my house. I'm like, you know where your light switches are. You turn them on.
Yeah,
they'll know I'm coming.
Yes, and guess what? I'd much rather a bad guy know you're coming and leave your house than you fucking bill drill your kid at 2:00 in the morning because they were thirsty.
Has happened.
They were thirsty and wanted to get a glass of milk downstairs.
Or the dad who went downstairs because he heard a bump in the night, so he goes downstairs and lights up a dude in like one of the downstairs bedrooms to turn out that it was his son sneaking back into the house.
Yes.
So which is a true story, by the way.
This is like, these are things I have seen myself firsthand, where like, well, I heard a bump and I didn't want to scare them, so I went hunting at night with my gun.
Man, that's like the dude, just like what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, he come walking downstairs with his AR.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And kills the bear in pitch darkness. Again, why? So, I mean, thank goodness it was a bear, and
not his kid,
and he was able to take care of it. But did you watch the engagement?
Yeah.
He for all these tactical dudes out there, it's like, oh man, you gotta have the momentary on, with your weapon mounted light. You don't want to turn your light on and leave it on, because then they'll know where you're at. Well, this dude went downstairs, smoked a bear, and when he raised his rifle, he turned his light on and then left it on. the entire time, I'm like, you see, people don't understand what is actually going to happen in a situation. You never know what's going to happen. This dude was not expecting a bear. I don't think
anybody expects a bear.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
Luckily,
he had a rifle instead of like a handgun. But
yeah.
Well, I noticed that he flipped on his light. I mean, this is all happening in like 2-3 seconds.
Of
so
course,
I'm making
yeah.
it sound like super like drawn out. He flipped on his light, saw it was a bear, then smoked it.
Yes.
It wasn't like I'm going to start lighting shit up and then see what I shot.
Yeah, exactly. And and one of the things, going back to the whole argument of, do you need or not need a weapon mounted light on your pistol anyway? I took a low light class from our resident.
I get to go actually tomorrow. I
Oh, really?
A 3-day class with him.
Yeah, with a gentleman by the name of Chuck Haggard, and he does a really outstanding low light flashlight class. And interesting technique is the modified FBI hold for a handheld flashlight, which is 45 degrees over your head, and then you draw your pistol and shoot. One of the other ways that you can modify that as well is you then bring your light to your jaw line, and when that light, your handheld light, is at your jaw line and you post your pistol up, all of a sudden the light illuminates your iron sights, which allows you to get a good solid picture, not only from your iron sights, but also that light's going to flood downrange so you can see what you're shooting at. Take a wild guess what it does for a red dot, though.
Oh my gosh. Totally drowns it out. It has to.
Oh, it drowns it out. Or if you have like a enclosed red dot, like a Acro P2 or something like that, then that lens is going to flash that light right back into your eyes.
Man,
so these are considerations that people have to make in determining what they want for their own setup. Another great example is, Jefe was just messing around with my Beretta. It has a TLR1 HL on it. And last Halloween, I did a local pistol match, and they turned off all the lights except for the very back lights of the range for us to do a stage. And they had like a target with a sheet over it to make it look like it was a ghost, So it was a fun Halloween shoot. But you're supposed to use a either handheld or a weapon mounted light. Well, this TLR1 HL has been through probably
I could see it.
5,000 rounds worth of.
You're supposed to clean that.
I know, exactly. Right. So I couldn't see the target until it was about 3 yards in front of me. And that's when I was able. So I'm standing there wasting time on this target to approach to me, close enough for me to start engaging, because the lens on this TLR1 is totally smoked out. Which is another piece to a weapon mounted light, is there is maintenance that you're going to have to take in consideration as well. So again, these are multiple different facets of making sure that your setup is not only useful to your training and your knowledge and your abilities, but is also going to be practical in what you feel is right for you, because those of you who are listening to this podcast should know that you should be doing your, say it with me, Jefe, say it with me,
area studies.
Area studies. That's right. Do your area studies. So anyway, there's our rant about weapon mounted lights and such.
So back to the hot dog stand.
Yeah, what kind of relish should we think? But no, I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, it's really goes into nothing is absolutely positively without effect needed in any situation.
Except for a gun.
Except for what?
Except for just having a gun.
Yeah, correct. Having some sort of offensive manner or defensive should you need it. But like in terms of accessories and weapon mounted lights and everything like that, none of it is absolutely positively necessary. And whenever somebody says that you need it, it's just false.
Yeah, except for so big dot from X site, 20% off code
using the
LARP.
code LARP.
I don't actually. I think we skipped over.
We did. We
skipped over the
totally
code.
skipped over. Hey guys, if you've made it to the 1 hour and 13 minute mark or whatever we're at, and you want to jump on some excess sites and save some money at the same time, you can take advantage of the 20% off discount code. That is code LARP. That's LARP for the Live Life LARP.
And that's for hot dogs in your ordering.
What happens. Hot dog at SHOT Show.
That's what. Yeah, just start sending some coupons out right now. So if you 20% off gets you not only or the code LARP gets you 20% off and possibly a free hot dog coupon in your order
if you can actually make it to SHOT Show, because it's not open to it's not open to the public. So
correct.
That's which is.
I mean, I think the hot dog fan's really going to sell it. I need a contact.
I know, right? But could you imagine what SHOT Show would be like if it was open to the public?
Oh, it'd be an NRA, is what it would be. Well, I don't even know if it would be an NRA because Vegas is a different kind of world, and I don't think a lot of those guys that go to NRA could get around Vegas.
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah,
that. But I would also think that I don't think that people could move. It would be so packed. It's already packed as it stands right now with just industry folks, distributors, FFLs,
random YouTubers and guys on podcasts.
Yeah, exactly. But then you open up to the public, because I've had just this past weekend, I took the family out to the Renaissance Festival.
It's nice.
The Renaissance. So the Ren Fest.
There you go.
And I'm just walking around. This random dude comes walking up to me. He's like, "Hey, I know you." And I'm like, "Oh, here we go. Oh, what's going to happen here?" And he's like, I was like, "I don't recognize you. I don't know if we do." And he's like, No, I know you. You do YouTube, don't you? And I was like, Yeah, I got a YouTube channel. He's like, "Yeah, Fit and Fire." And I was like, okay, this
He has to find my other YouTube channel.
So we got to talking, and I made a comment about SHOT Show, and he's like, "Oh man, yeah, I would love to go." And I was like, "Well, it's not open to the public." So he's like, he didn't realize it wasn't. So, but anyway,
a lot of people don't realize that it is. It's kind of like a cool destination, like Disney World. Like a lot of people want to go. Disney World's open to everybody. SHOT Show isn't. So I mean, unless you're kind of in the industry a lot and know people in the industry, and I've met multiple people. Same story. Like, "Oh, I'd love to go. Where do you guys go? Where do you stay? What day does it start?" Stuff like that. And it's like, well, you can't.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people actually plan to go to SHOT Show, buy tickets, fly out there, get a hotel room, and then show up, and they're like, "Hey, you have to have a pass. You can't just walk on in."
Yeah, that's crazy.
I wonder how many times that happens a year.
Some would say, how often does that happen?
Yeah, that's a less eloquent way, but cool, whatever.
So it's gotta be more than not, right? Like,
for sure.
A decent amount of people that do it.
Yeah, for sure. But when you guys go out to SHOT, do you guys normally do like an Airbnb? Do you guys reserve rooms? How do you guys tackle
Can you give us the address and the location? What time you guys are checking in and out?
You guys a couple key cards and everything like that. No, we stay at a hotel not too far from the convention center. We stay at TI.
Okay, all right. So
it's a super easy walk. It's just it makes everything much more simple.
Yeah, we usually stay at one of the resorts, not resorts. It's like the condominiums.
Resorts.
Yeah. It's like the condominiums.
Got it.
That's just off the strip and makes it a really easy walk to the Hofbrau House.
Yes,
nice.
yes.
That's a tradition.
Is that your guys' go-to?
It's for the first night. The last 3 years now we've gone to Hofbrau House either the Monday night or the Tuesday night.
Usually the FPC has their part of their Monday night. So we do the adult thing and we go there, watch the same really sad somewhat Asian looking female.
She is like the most strung out Ivanka Trump I've ever seen.
Yeah, I can't tell if she's like like Central Europe, like Central Asian looking
Melania,
gal or whatever.
Not Ivanka, Melania.
Melania.
From FPC or just
No. She
she
works at the Hofbrauer House.
Oh,
and
okay.
just like,
and they do it. I'm really good friends with the guys at FPC, so I was like, I wonder who this is.
No, it's a waitress over at the Hofbrauer House, and she will I think for like, I don't remember how much money it is, but you take like a shot and then she like spanks you.
Oh man,
with
okay.
a wooden paddle, and you see like all these sad guys do it.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, this is, and then you get a tower of wieners, and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a event of the century. And then
no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, so then we walk, like the FPC party is usually in the back, so we go over there and talk with a couple people that are usually there. Clover's usually there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and,
Clover. And then we usually see Kevin Dixon from NOC. He usually is
great guy.
Yeah, he's usually tied in with the FPC guys. So, yeah, we just usually go over there and crash. Do a round of high fives to everybody.
Yeah, Cody Wesniewski, they're the CEO of the Action Foundation. He actually officiated my wedding.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
really cool.
Yeah.
So we were thinking about so that was one of the discussions that Jefe and I was having. It was, are we going to stay at the same place that we normally stay at, or we want to try where I threw out Lynx, the Lynx Casino, whatever, because it's half the distance
to the goal, first down
to
Kansas City,
to the Sands, and it wouldn't be that much of a walk. We wouldn't have to worry about Ubers. And stuff like
you
that.
could use the walk, man. I've seen that.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Look at that! Look at that!
I know. You're right. You're 100% right. So,
well, my first couple of years going to SHOT Show, I was with a different company, and we did the Airbnb thing because it just made more sense, like monetarily.
Yeah.
I will tell you, from working at XS and staying on the strip, like super close to like everything else that's going on, the networking that I've been able to do, and that's quote in air quotes, you guys are aware, your guys' wives or your wife went to SHOT Show. She knows what the networking looks like. The 1 a.m. nights at the Circle Bar or insert bar name.
Yep.
It's so much easier to take advantage of any of those events.
So this blew my mind. So the first year I went to SHOT Show, I had like zero expectations of what to expect. And I think I was like the first or second night we were there. We go to this one company's room. Like it was at the Venetian. It was like you had to get like a special key card access, get up to the room, and it was like this penthouse.
Yeah.
And we get there, and it was super weird because you walk in, like no idea, like we were just knocking on some hotel room door with all our camera equipment and shit like that to talk about some of their products, and open up, and there's like 4 or 5 like sad, somewhat older people, like in their 40s or 50s, drunk, dancing to like cell phone music in the living room while there's just guns all around the fucking hotel room.
Oh man!
Like, and they're like, "Hey, come on in, come hang out with us." Like, oh no! Yeah. And then what was it? Then 2 years ago, it was like Law Tactical invites us to their nice suite hotel room, beautiful room, and like at 8 o'clock in the morning, we're having fucking scotch talking about product. You're like, please stop drinking alcohol. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, guys.
Yeah, it was crazy time. And I remember that first one because we were going up the elevator, and you're like, I swear to God, if you get me killed. I have no gun, I have no knife, I have like nothing. I'm doing like panic, like okay, improvised weapons. There's probably going to be a kitchen, and like I'm going through this like entire checklist in my head of like, because this is exactly how Taken starts. Like how we get allured by the illusion of grandeur. Like, oh, come to my penthouse. We'll talk about things that you like, girl. We'll pay for this. We'll get you some drinks. And
Yeah.
I feel like if you don't have that experience at SHOT Show, you didn't do SHOT Show right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
that's true.
I don't have the girth to be a sex worker. I'm going to tell you guys right now. I don't have that. So like I
That was the only show that you're going to in Vegas that week, huh?
I can't do it. They'll probably make me like clean up afterwards. I don't want to do that either.
That's so funny. One night, I forget what night it was. It was like the Thursday night. So at this point, been at SHOT Show, working the show for 3 days, been there for probably almost 5 or 6 days, just fully exhausted. So me and a bunch of friends go out and we devolve into playing SHOT Show, Avian, or World of Concrete. So we sit at a bar and we try picking people out of the crowd and seeing what show they're there for. And then one of us degenerates would go over and ask them. Some people we nailed, some people we were like, oh my gosh, okay. But I highly recommend if you guys get to that point in the night where you guys are feeling open to asking random strangers in Vegas what they're there for. Highly recommend. That's a fun way to pass some time.
No, we do the see an influencer on his birthday at a bar, sing him happy birthday, and then 10 minutes later, holding back one of our guys from fighting some dude who was like yelling at his girlfriend in like the back of a casino. So like we've hit the gambit. And
well, it's funny you bring up you also mentioned Circle Bar.
Yeah.
And this year when Nan came, we walked around on Sunday and we walked the entire strip because I wanted to show her, okay, this is the Paris, this is where the guns.com party is going to be. And, then we went into the Venetian. This is okay. And here's the Circle Bar. And she's like, where? And I was like, right here in front of you.
The circle right here.
And she's like, oh, I see. It's a bar and it's a circle. And I was like, yeah, technically it's more of an octagon, but
my wife went this last year too, and she it definitely was not what she expected.
Yeah, exactly. And then I recreated the scene where I was I was asked for rivalry sex. And this was 4 years ago. It would have been 20. Yeah, it would have been SHOT Show 20. I'm at the Circle Bar. I've bumped into
his mask on, everybody, of course. It's 2020 is a weird year.
No, this is prior to COVID.
This was right before.
Mm-hmm.
Right before it happened. It's funny. My old CEO, he had just got back from a business trip from China, so we always blame COVID on him.
So this is right before Super Bowl. Chiefs have just won the AFC Championship. And I'm a huge Chiefs fan. And so I'm in the Circle Bar area, and I've decided to wear a button up with a tie and a jacket for some reason that night. Ran into a couple of my YouTube buddies. So we're just kind of hanging out, chit-chatting. And this lady comes up next to me and looks at me and is like, are you wearing red for San Francisco? And I was like, what? No, the Chiefs. And we started kind of going back and forth, and she was like, oh, San Francisco's going to win. I was like, nah, Chiefs got it this year, I think, and back and forth. And then she's like, well, you want some rivalry sex? And I'm like, what? We back up. Can we back up? I just like,
do I have to pay?
It was like, no. It was completely like, just like it's normal. It's like, hey, do you want to go grab a beer or something? I was like, this was not what I was expecting. Actually, took me completely off guard, and I was like, no, thanks. No, I'm good, thank you. And I just turned and kind of slowly walked away. And my buddy Tyler next to me was like, dude, what just happened? I was like, I have no idea what just happened. I just got asked for rivalry sex, and then he was like, excuse me? And I was like, yeah, this doesn't happen to me. And he's like, well, who was it? And I pointed her out because she was walking away, and he's like, yeah, she's either trying to make some money or is here for the AVNs, one of the two. And I was like, yeah, Yeah. So
that's funny. I met a gentleman this weekend. He's just gotten into the industry. He's 22 years old and he's getting ready for a SHOT Show this next year. And he's like, any advice? And that was the one thing that I like, quote unquote, warned him about. I was like, if any like female sits down next to you and starts chatting it up, just like seems like she's way too interested, she's a prostitute.
It's what we told our guys going to like Eastern Europe. I'm like, yes, you are, you're not that good looking. A 10 does not want to talk to you about, or isn't there just because you are good looking. It's because they want something. So be on your guard. So they're all feds.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny.
So what's on the horizon for XS?
Man, we got a lot of stuff in the works. I can't divulge a lot of stuff. A lot of that stuff, I mean, we're talking about SHOT Show. A lot of that stuff's going to be coming SHOT Show early or mid Q4, early Q1. Getting ready for that. But without getting too into the deep, we're going to start playing in some kind of complementary categories and industries. We're trying to branch out, if you will, from just doing iron sights. And a lot of people have seen that with us offering iron sights. We started doing some more hand guards for lever guns. We're just going to start doing more stuff like that.
That's outstanding. And then how does that work for you guys as you start to expand the line? Because that's seemingly what I'm hearing you say is that you're going to be expanding the offerings that XS has. Is this something that XS is going to have to? Because we've kind of tap danced around it all of this episode, but are you guys going to have to start looking at how should I say exporting some of that work to other suppliers for machining, or how does that work for you guys?
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know we own the manufacturing in Fort Worth, Texas. The people that own the company, Kelly and John Pestusik, Kelly Bruin and John Pestusik are the son and daughter of the original founder who run the company now. They also own a manufacturing facility right next door called Horizon Tech Industries. So we manufacture all of our sites and all of our stuff there. At a certain point, Mark, you kind of hit it. At a certain point, it's going to make sense for us to kind of start looking at external resources. At the current time, we have no plans in doing so, especially if we're talking like overseas or anything like that. Our industries, that's one thing I love about XS is that they're very set in their values and they don't want to compromise that at all. And one of our core tenets is American made. And we have no kind of plans or future even thoughts of kind of getting away from that. Anything that we do, we want to be able to own the process top to bottom. And I think that's really kind of one of the only ways that you can be successful and be able to pivot and offer new things and keep ahead of kind of the industry as it's always evolving. New products and new product categories, those kind of drive businesses. And if you can't control it from top to bottom, something's going to go awry and you're just not going to be able to deliver what you want.
Yeah, exactly. And then you also run into something that we hear a lot about in aftermarket products and stuff like that. And we start getting into tolerance stacking and those types of things too, as well. So having the ability to control all of that and to adhere to a high quality standard for you guys, I think is extremely important. And one of the reasons why, I'm so happy as I gush over you guys, but I'm so happy to be able to be connected with you guys as, having you a sponsor to the podcast and the YouTube channel is because of that. It's because in my opinion, your guys' products are held to such a high standard because, it's American made. You guys are controlling every aspect of the manufacturing process. So you can, really dial that in.
Yeah, absolutely. One question I wanted to ask you guys, and I've been trying to ask everybody, same thing with like the parenting advice. It's parenting advice and then straight back into guns. What do you guys see the industry? What do you guys think that the XS should get into? Ooh. And I know that's a big loaded question, so feel free to like take it in parts or not take it at all. But
I'm gonna dish it over to Jefe first because I know that he's probably more opinionated.
My thing is, I kind of have like that. So I don't have a degree in business. I don't have any sort of business acumen. And I'm one of the firm believers if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think you guys currently have a fantastic product. I think the continued collaboration with actual gun manufacturers to put your sights on like OEM guns is probably going to be the big next play. And it seems like you guys are already doing that. The hard thing I see a lot of companies will do, and this is just my opinion, is they make they say they make product A, B, and C, and they make them so fucking good. It's like the default standard for product A, B, and C. And in trying to make D through Z, they fail, and now you are like, well, you just did really good at this. Stick with that. So I go back and forth, but like doing collabs with like Lipsies, trying to figure out how to just make iron sights better out of factory guns is probably going to be a big thing. As much as I show Glocks, I wish they would use a little bit better iron sights coming out of the factory, but they still work. You just flip the backside around and it's somewhat okay.
So that would be amazing if XS could bully Glock into using your guys' sights.
Man, those guys, anybody else I would say that's possible, those guys are a different breed whenever it comes to talking with or dealing with business. Like, and I don't want to say too much because I don't know legally what we can or cannot say or whatnot.
Sure.
We got kind of called out for advertising Glock sights and using the word Glock. I forget exactly what the entire scenario was, but at a certain point they reached out to us. It was like, hey, you guys can't say this. It's like, oh, okay. Like, all right. If it was anybody else, I would say absolutely. I think they should. And for some reason, I have no idea why they haven't done it yet, because I mean, that's like a huge seller of ours. And I know it's a huge seller of any of our competitors as well as Glock.
Yeah. And I do know that here recently, Glock has reached out to a manufacturer who is creating something that isn't even a firearm and was like, you can't do this because it looks too close to a Glock Gen 5.
I know exactly who you're talking about. I talked to him this weekend.
Yeah. And I was just like, that is absolutely ridiculous.
So this is going to be a hot take on Glock. There's a reason that they are number one when it comes to like law enforcement, military. They make a fantastic product. Now the problem they have is that with that title comes great responsibility, and I think they're misusing it to their detriment. It's like it's the it's the equivalent of like, I like this product, but I hate the branding behind it. I guess is the thing behind, like, every employee I've ever worked with Glock, they're fantastic. All their product is fantastic. I just don't get their marketing plan, their marketing schemes, and some of the legal aspects, mainly because it's like such a big organization. I kind of understand why. It's kind of like, I love watching stuff on Amazon Prime. I hate everything about Amazon Prime, but I love watching, like, I just finished the Dark Wolf series from Jack Carr on, and I was like, wow, this is a great series, but I hate that I have to watch this on Amazon Prime because the next, like, it's like, hey, you like Dark Wolf? How about this, like, this gay sex thriller? And you're like, no, I'm good. I don't want to watch that. No, thank you, guys.
I can tell you, Jeff, from my standpoint, and this is probably going to be completely different from Jefe, is I would enjoy seeing XS dive more into accessories for like competition pistols.
Got it. Okay.
You guys have machining capabilities and the things that you could do as far as like, aftermarket comps for threaded barrels, or, gas pedals, or flare mag wells. I'm just sitting here looking at my Beretta that I have set up for competition, and all the different things that I've done to it, is, adding a gas pedal and a comp and flare magwell, and
he still gets 6 out of 10 people at a competition.
Yeah.
At a local
Yeah.
range where half the guys shoot.
Okay. Well,
Okay, put 'em on
Block
the spot.
43.
so see, this
Cool.
is the bullying that I get.
I got
here's-
I even got the proof right here. Let's pull up the last.
Okay, and that's great. That's great. You're right. I didn't do very well in the last one. Were you there?
No, because I actually go to
yeah.
the
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
That's
I
what
carry a
thought.
gun for real lives. These.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Highly trained professional over here.
No, I didn't say highly trained. I just say we're just going to do like mediocrely. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves here now.
But
That's
yeah,
so
seriously,
Cool.
from a competition standpoint, you guys start getting into a lot of the machine work that you could get into. I don't know, but that would be something I would like just to see XS's take on it if you do decide to go that route.
Yeah, no, I think that, and again, I hate that I keep saying this, but can neither confirm nor deny what we're getting into, but it's definitely along those lines.
Yeah.
4th out of 6.
4th out of 6. And what pistol was I running?
Carry optics.
I was running the Ruger RMX that had failures to feed through 3 of the stages, and I was still able to come 4 out of 6. So
That's not bad.
I'm just
Better than somebody that didn't go.
Oh, hey, none of that now. I can dish it out, but I can't take it.
Yeah, no, I will say that the times that Jefe has been at the local match, he does humble me very, very quickly.
I just can't go because that's my wife's yoga night.
Yeah, so
Got it.
So, but anyway, Jeff, we want to start wrapping it up here, and we really do appreciate your time, and just helping us and everybody listening understand, XS sites a little bit better, understanding where they're coming from, and then naturally just getting an opportunity to get to know you a little bit better as well. So appreciate your time.
Yeah, no, guys, I like I said at the beginning, this is too easy for us. We appreciate you guys spreading the good word and giving us all the ideas and giving us the feedback too. Like, XS can't be the company it is today without getting the honest feedback, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. Feedback is what drives the company, and we've not been, the only reason that we've been alive for almost 30 years, 30 plus years, is because of individuals that are willing to try out our products and speak the good words whenever they have them, speak the bad words whenever they have them, and pass that feedback along to us. So we appreciate you guys, and we couldn't do what we do without you and everybody listening. So we appreciate it. Also, thank you for that idea about the hot dog stands. Anybody listening, come by the SHOT Show booth, and maybe we'll have some glizzies in the back for you.
You heard it here first. You just have to go. You just have to ask for Jeff and ask for the glizzy special.
Yeah, and then maybe we'll make a patch this year. That'd be funny.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we also like to obviously end our podcast with some folksy wisdom advice and let you pass into the ether any type of wisdom or dad joke or whatever you want to put out there. We'd like to hand that off to you.
Awesome. Yeah, I need to work on my dad jokes. I had a bunch of them whenever I was first getting into college. Now, for some reason, now that I'm becoming into it, I don't have any. My wisdom would be find what you love. Do that every day if you can for work. Don't stop until you are happy. Don't compromise your happiness for anything. That's life stuff in terms of self-defense, carrying and weapons. Don't take a YouTube influencer or anybody online's word for gospel. Go out, train. My hot take, you guys shared some of yours. My hot take is 70 to 80% of the people don't shoot enough to know the difference in gear. Mm-hmm. Don't be that 70 to 80%. Go out, train, know what you're doing, and know the reason behind what you carry.
Yep, 100%. 100%. Jefe?
I already kind of gave my dad folksy wisdom. Okay, grace and patience with your wife.
Oh, there
when
you
have kids.
Okay.
And you're going to lose a lot of your free time, but you're going to gain something much more special.
That is true. Yeah. My little bit is
until they're 3 years old and yell at you all the time. Then it's not special anymore. And then it turns into something else. But
my thing is, I've created a pretty long lasting connection with a new friend, Rodrigo. He's a good, just good Southern Texas dude, Hispanic dude that just is the guy that comes in and lights up a room. And every time I talk to him, I always try to use the word mucho because it means a lot to him. So with that, that's all I got. That was my
neither folky wisdom nor funny dad joke.
So anyway, that was going to pretty much cover it up for us. Again, as you should already know, Jeff, you guys are, you or anyone else from Excess is always welcome onto the podcast. Just give us a holler and we'll get you scheduled and get you on here and
talk about Emo's Pizza and why it's saltine crackers with Velveeta on it.
Yeah, okay, that's all right. We're gonna have to schedule the next one after we get off here. I got plenty to say about St. Louis.
Well, it's actually pretty interesting. You've spent some time in St. Louis, right, Jefe?
Yeah.
And then Jeff, you said you're from the St. Louis area. My aunt lives in St. Charles.
Oh,
so
very cool.
Yeah, so
it's not St. Louis, but
not St. Louis, it's
St. Louis adjacent
county.
Yeah. So, but so I've done the St. Louis Arch and Anheuser and saw the Cardinals play in the old stadium and all that type of stuff. So yeah, pretty cool. But
hasn't had Emo's Pizza.
I have not had Emo's Pizza.
It's actually in Kansas City too now.
Is it?
Now it's Kansas City Pizza. Yeah, we have a couple in Kansas City now.
Interesting. It's fantastic.
No, it's not. It's absolutely trash.
Oh my God.
As someone who loves like thin crust, like Neapolitan pizza, this is the best way I described it to my friend when he was super excited to take me to there. And I say every day we stray further and further from the Lord's grace, and this pizza is a prime example of it.
Look, man, that's just not true. Is it cheese?
It's all of it, man. It's the combination of
Hey, Jefe, read the room, guy. read the room. You're kind of shitting on our guests.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I get it all the time, and I have to add it. So
What's the Parmesan cheese? What do they call it? What's like the
it's Provel cheese.
Provel cheese. Yeah, it doesn't melt. It just turns into rubber, and then you have it on a saltine cracker with. I would say the sauce is okay.
Like flat? Is it like
no?
It's
like
crust?
Take a saltine cracker. Like go upstairs right now. Get a saltine cracker. Open up a can of like crushed tomatoes. Top it on there, and then go get like the rubber cheese that you get at Target's like kids section, and take a bite of that with some like shitty oregano, and that's what you get. That's Emo's Pizza.
Jeez,
I just saved you guys like $15 on a pizza in this place.
Like everything that he said is absolutely true. It's just good, in my opinion. I'm not combating any of the allegations. Like it's all true. But.
So we're devolving into pizza. We used to have a place here called Gumby's Pizza.
Yep, Gumby's.
And it was the home of the big ass pizza, and it was what was it, like 36 inches wide or something like that? It was a massive pizza. It was garbage pizza, but I tell you what, at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
when they're the only people still delivering, is like the best. And then you take that and you dip it in ranch.
Recipes cozy in.
Yeah. So anyway, there you guys go. There's your pizza update.
Toppers is mediocre.
Maybe go to Emo's or not go to Emo's.
If you guys have a Toppers, it's like a step above Domino's.
Oh, okay.
We've got one of those in our town, and it's like I'd say like a 4.5 out of 10.
Where is that?
Right in Aggieville.
Oh yeah. They were giving away free pizzas. We tried it.
It's Domino. It's like a step above Domino's. It's like if Applebee's is to Domino's, Toppers is to like a Ruby Tuesdays.
It's like a big toe above Domino's. It was not very.
That's why Ruby Tuesdays to
Oh, okay, I got you.
Applebee's, Domino's, Ruby Tuesdays, Toppers. It's like the same food, just a little bit better quality. Maybe just like chili. The jump from Applebee's to Chili's. Maybe that's the joke.
That's fair. Yeah, I can see that.
And that's why we start ramping down the podcast, because we've been going for almost 10 minutes here talking about pizza.
Talk about what the people want to hear about.
Anyway, once again, Jeff, we surely do appreciate you, and we definitely need to have you back on. We can also try to schedule something during SHOT Show as well. And,
we'll find you. I want my
get that glizzy podcast going.
Yeah, excellent, man.
The Glizzcast.
Yeah, the glizzy get live from Excess Hot Dog Booth. No, love it, guys. No, I appreciate everything that you guys have done for us, and I'm looking forward to supporting you guys in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else, Hefe?
Nope, I'm all glizzied out.
You're good? Okay. All right. Well, guys and gals, who's ever listening, thank you so much for spending all of this time with us, and we will catch you guys next time. Don't forget to live, laugh, and LARP. Bye, y'all.